How you doing, everyone? It's Kevin. I'm back with another video. We're going to be building a knife sheath for my grandson Chase, and I'm going to do this on a little bit slower but a little faster, if that makes any sense. I'm going to do it part by part. Like the first step here, we're going to be building a template and cutting out the pattern. So that's just going to be a video there. That way I can do it a little slower and try to get a little more detail in how I'm doing it. And that helps me too, because people leave me comments, and that's one thing I really love, and you guys know that. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to cut out the pattern. We're going to make a paper pattern of it, and then we're going to cut it out of the leather. So let's get to it here. My first step here was just getting some paper. Doesn't have to be black, it could be any color. I just using the black because that's what I have. But what I've done here is I laid the knife down on a piece of this paper, and I left 1/4 of an inch, about 1/4 of an inch, all the way around this blade. And I had a straight edge on this side, and then I just drew this up through here. And then when I get up to where I left it you should have at least around 1/4 of an inch up through here. So you want 1/4 inch around your blade, and then stop it right here. And see, I made a mark on this right below this little piece right in here. And I made a mark over here. So now I need to make sure I have enough room to put a strap over this so we can snap it. And so you want to keep it a little bit wide, just as wide as you can. I don't think I want a great big giant wide sheath. I want it to kind of look slender like the knife, just kind of like the same shape. Now you can leave this piece going up through here as long as you want. Once you get it up through there, you can leave this pretty long. And you got your mark right here where this is from your blade, from your little guard here down. This be right through here. So that's where our piece on the bottom is going to come up to. So what I did was I took the knife and about where I wanted it to bend, right in here. I went up the knife and then I flipped this over, came down to that line right there, and marked it across here, and then cut it off. That way I can fold this over and make our loop for our belt. This will be our loop for our belt. So that's how I cut the first one. Now the second one, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my paper out again, and I'm going to lay it down on here, and I have this marked already. Remember, I marked the bottom of where the guard is right here, so it's right there. All I'm going to do is make sure that's on that paper nice and straight, and we're going to trace that out. So we're just going to trace that out. So now that we got that traced out, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and cut that piece. Now you prefer a sharp razor blade, but you could probably use a pair of scissors for this too. You could use whatever you want. Good sharp razor blade seems to work pretty good. Now that should sit right on top of this piece here, like so. Now we're going to need another one of these, so I'm just going to take this same piece, set it on the paper again, come over to this end. It's got a square edge. It's not really that square, so we'll just cut the whole thing out. We'll cut it out the same shape. So we'll just mark this one out. Like so. And we'll go ahead and cut that one out next. Okay, so now we got 2 of these and 1 of these to work with here. Now, what I did the same way with the other one, when I was doing my other one, I need a 1/4 of an inch, need a small piece to go down in. So we want to leave that 1/4 of an inch of where that thread's going to go and our knife is going to go inside of. So I'm just taking a 1/4 of an inch. And no, I'm not measuring it, I just guesstimating because I know it don't have to be perfect. And then we're going to come right up this side, 1/4 inch. And this is just what our knife should fit in. Now I don't go all the way to the edge because it holds its shape. If I don't cut that edge right there, leave about a 1/4 inch right there, that will hold it together when I go to cut it off the leather. Cut it out of the leather, mark it on the leather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this out. Okay. Now, really, our blade should fit just on the inside of this piece here. And we have more than enough room there for our blade to fit in there. As you can see, we got more than enough room. And then where this edge is, right here, is where our stitches are going to be all the way around. So that's just the way I'm doing it. Now this ain't the way you have to do it. I'm just saying, you know, me as a beginner, this is working out pretty well for me so far. So now all we gotta do is get our leather out here. It'll get us a piece of leather and we'll go ahead and get it cut out of it. Now, as you can see, we're working off a pretty good sized piece of leather, but we want to try to get as many sheaths as we can out of this big piece of leather. So what I did is I marked it out right where I had actually cut the other sheath out of this little corner up here. So I just took a pencil, I laid all my pieces down on there, I took a pencil and I just put a straight line here and went all the way up that edge. So we can go ahead and just cut this big hunk out and take it over on a table, because I really don't have a table big enough to put the leather on and to cut it. So we're just gonna take these off now, move them over to the side, and I'll take a razor blade knife and we'll just cut this piece here out. Okay, what I've done is I just laid each one of them down, and I got a small felt tip pen, and just traced them out. Now when it came to this one here, I traced the inside straight up, and then I didn't mark across these two right here. Right in here I didn't mark these, and left them go straight. And the reason why, that's the reason why I left this piece in here, so this stays, it's no wider. When I bring this one over and stick it on, it's exactly the same as the one I just took off. So that's why I left that little piece in there to hold that together. And we just traced them all on there. And now I'm going to take my razor blade knife and just cut each one of these out. Now, do you guys know which is the best pen or pencil? Should I be using a pencil or should I be using a pen to mark this with, or does it matter? That's just a little question I had in mind. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get me make sure I got a good sharp razor blade, and we're going to start cutting these guys out. And we should be able to get just a little bit more done on this video with this piece. And we'll see how far we can get. So I'm just going to basically start cutting all this out, just get right on my line, and just start pulling it around nice and slow. Just take my time. We got all day to do this. I don't think we'll have any problem. I try to hold that razor blade as straight up and down as I can, because you can cut that at an angle. So just cut it as straight. Hold your razor blade straight up and down as best you can. Try to stay on your line. That's hard. There it is. There's one piece. That should be pretty good. Alright, we're just going to go ahead and finish cutting the rest of these out, and then I'll show you what we got when we're done. Okay, we have all of our pieces cut out now. Now this is the piece of scrap that was left. Now I won't throw that away. I'm going to cut out a strip for the strap. This will be the strap that goes over the knife with the two snaps on it. And then these little pieces here, I'll wet them, maybe use stencils on them, or use them for other little things just to practice on. Just use my scraps to practice on. So we're going to go ahead and cut our strap out here. This will be, like I said, to hold the knife into place. And I cut these about 5/8 of an inch thick, or wide, 5/8 wide. And I think this leather is 8 to 9. What do you call it? The thickness, it's between 8 and 9 or something like that. I'll figure that out for you. But this is about 5/8 of an inch wide, and we'll use that for our strap. So like I said, we'll keep this for just messing with the stencils and stuff on. Alright, that's a look at how I took the knife and transferred it onto paper, the sheath onto paper, and then onto my leather and cut it out. Now I'm going to do this sheath step by step, each little video. That way you can get a better understanding of how I did it. Not too long of videos, short, because I know some people like the short videos, some people like the little ones. So we're going to do them all in short videos this time, step by step. So stay tuned, you guys can see the rest of this sheath being built. I'd like to tell everybody thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, thumbs down, comment if you'd like. Click the little bell down there for them alerts so you can finish watching this sheath being built. Hey, till next time.